I live in a quiet neighborhood, the kind where everyone keeps to themselves. My next-door neighbor, Mr. Sullivan, was no exception. He was an older man, thin and pale, who barely spoke to anyone. One Friday evening, I came home to find a package on my porch. It wasn't mine. It was addressed to Mr. Sullivan with no return address. I knocked on his door, but no one answered. I figured I'd drop it off later, but something about the package felt off. It was heavier than it looked, and when I moved it, something clinked inside. I shouldn't have opened it. Inside were thick gloves, duct tape, a coil of rope, and Polaroid photos. The photos froze me in place. They were of women, all taken from a distance. Some walking, some jogging, some at bus stops, completely unaware they were being watched. I nearly dropped the box when I recognized one of the women, Angela, my neighbor from 2 houses down. Shaking, I stuffed everything back into the box and tried to act normal. The next day, I knocked on Mr. Sullivan's door. When he answered, his face lit up with a strange smile as he took the package. "Thank you," he said, "just tools for a project." That night, I couldn't sleep. I locked my doors, closed my blinds, and sat awake, wondering what kind of project needed rope and duct tape. 2 days later, Angela went missing. I couldn't stay quiet. I called the police and told them about the package. When they searched his house, they found a hidden room in the basement. Photos covered the walls. Some of the women were tied up, others looked terrified. One of them was Angela, alive, but barely. The police told me something that still keeps me up at night. The package wasn't delivered by mistake. Mr. Sullivan admitted he'd left it on my porch to see if I was curious enough to be his next victim. Now, every time I hear a floor creak or see a shadow, I wonder, who's watching me?